Hey guys, Popcorn245 here, and in today's video I figured it would be cool to cover how I made a logo and how we use that to make this. Alright guys, so we'll start out by the program that I've used here to build the actual logo. So here's my logo, and I use a program called Figma. And Figma is a design program. It's been recently here bought by Adobe. And basically it is kind of just like, it's like my design program of choice as far as like building like design graphics or like the title cards and the things like that. All are assembled, I should say, inside of here. Now, there's kind of two different types of like graphics programs. There are like the kind of design programs like this, where we're actually kind of like clicking together the pieces into like logos, icons, and stuff like that. And then there's like actual photo editing with like, that's like stuff like Photoshop and GIMP and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in learning a little bit more about the different design programs, what they do and how they work, consider dropping a like on this video to let me know. Where does the idea come from? When I taught a class up in St. Louis at Claim Academy for underprivileged youth, this was like the #1 question that they had. I showed them the Anna Madness logo and they'd say, wow, that's really cool. Like, how do you get the idea to make a logo? And so usually just comes from like inspiration. So for instance, like I constantly on messaging programs, I send this little face, the shift6 underscore shift6, whatever that up thing is called. And basically like, that's just like the most common face that I'll send to people in order to show them like, hey, I'm happy and don't, whatever. And so like, that's very common. And then you can see here 245, it's just my channel name. And this one, 245 actually comes from, this is my elementary school account password. So we were given like a 3-digit password to access our account. And so this was the actual password for our first computer account. And so I guess it's kind of carried through with me. And then you've got like the popcorn bucket, which might be a little bit like, duh, obviously popcorn, right? Popcorn bucket. But there's a little more to it than that. Let me go grab it. All right, so here is my popcorn tin, and I primarily use it to hold my balls.
You what?
My juggling balls, my juggling balls. And so primarily use this to hold these guys, but it's where I got a lot of inspiration. So you can see like the little ridges at the top, as well as like the stripe pattern. Really want to capture that old school popcorn, movie theater popcorn kind of look. I started by making a bucket. So I just drew like with my custom tool shape. So there's like a pen tool. So I drew like a general bucket shape. So you can see here's the tub. And there's 3 pieces to it. There's the popcorn head, there's the face, and then there's the tub. And in the tub, when we break this guy open, we can see that there's like the outline. So like there's this vector here that's like the kind of the cup. And then we've got in the background, I've got a couple of squares. So you can see I've just kind of like created rectangles for the different red colors. And then I've kind of skewed them in order to drag them down to make them kind of seem like they're 3D. They follow this kind of like striped pattern pinching down towards the end. It looks a little more, mine more so looks like the kind of movie theater popcorns or whatever. These are kind of more like, they remind me of the circus bags. And then here at the top, you can see like I've taken the circle tool, and then I've built a couple circles, and then I've just like kind of fused them together. So I use this like join thing, and I took all these circles and I joined them. And then I was able to use that to kind of create like this little frilly, the kind of bouncy thing, and it's consistent, right? Because I made the same circle and just like dragged it over. And then I just followed those lines down the page until I created that shape. And then when you put them all together, it kind of like, you click the shapes together, you click that over the top of it, and now it hides all my bad line work. And then we can put the face over the top of it, and it's just a matter of two different texts. I've got this font that I've been using for this channel. It's actually called Tasty Popcorn. So it is Tasty Popcorn. So yeah, so that's kind of the general outline, the shape of this guy. And so then I had like this bucket with a face on it. Well, I'm not, like, I made this and I guess I could have tried my hand at making popcorn, but honestly, I'm not really that good of a graphic artist. It's something where I started my career, but it's not something where I'm like really, really good at it. There's way better people at logo and graphic design. And so what I went ahead and did was I used a product called Adobe Stock. And Adobe Stock is like a stock photography website by Adobe, same people that now own Figma. And basically I've got a plan on here. So what I did was I typed in popcorn and I just started sorting through, and sometimes I'll do this for inspiration, or sometimes I'll just do this, just to, again, get little pieces of an artwork. You'll also notice like the background image or something, like I've licensed this guy. So there's that popcorn you can see in the actual video thumbnails, where we've got that ghosted out looking popcorn here in the background. I knew I had this kind of cartoony style and I wanted to kind of have it very cartoony. And so what I did was I found a set of like cartoon looking popcorn. So what I'll do here is I'll go into my libraries for my popcorn channel, and here we go. And then I found like this asset here, these like cartoony popcorns. You can see there was a couple different variations. And so I went and took these SVGs and then kind of exported them and then assorted them into kind of a natural looking mound until I kind of covered all the space, and we have this final logo. And then after I made it, I had done that and it looked kind of good. But it kind of, the text for putting text over the top of it really didn't feel cohesive. It felt like there's this 2, 4, 5, and you also tried to put on a lot of different backgrounds and it just wasn't playing out very well. And so I ended up making this blue transparent circle, because like I really like the play of like blue and red, and how they kind of clash, but in a good way. And so like I wanted to kind of like tie all these things together. So then I just added that. And then about a video or two in, I started to realize like the subtext here blends a little bit more or too much. Like it makes it feel like this might be a title, this is a title. And so then I kind of came up with I started to like clump them so that you could tell the difference between these two. That and I was like running out of real estate. But then it kind of landed on, hey, I can put a red circle behind there. And now it's very clear that like, this is my playlist. This is the title of the video, and this is our logo. And so now we've got a very clear separation between each one of these. And you can even see that carry on into today's video. We've got the art with popcorn, the logo, and me. So that's how I made my logo. And if you found this useful or valuable in any way, give this video a like. It really helps me out. And leave a comment down below as far as like what kind of tips and tricks that you have for graphics programs like Figma. Now let's talk a little bit more about the animation. So I myself have done a little bit of animating in the past. However, I'm really not that great at it. If I think I'm not that great at graphic design, I am really not good at doing the animation. And so I reached out to a guy on Fiverr called Alex. And Alex made the intro. And so the process went kind of like this. So I went on Fiverr and I typed in that I was looking for some logo animation, right? And so I looked through a bunch of different people's profiles and I landed on Alex. I thought his seller rating was really great, and just his general style and the videos and the different stuff that he made really caught my eye. And so Alex did great work putting this together in a pretty short time. And I didn't really give him a lot of feedback. I just threw all the SVGs and the assets at him. So generally, like, he's got to use like After Effects or some kind of animation program to like put all these pieces together and animate them. When I reached out to him, I didn't give him a lot of direction. But what happened was like he just kind of took a stab at it. And a lot of times when you work with somebody on Fiverr, you'll get like multiple revisions. So this was the first version of the animation. So again, no blue circle. The music is very like military, because I kind of told him I was going to be doing like some gaming content, stuff like that. So he really like, I think he really picked up on the vibe of like, oh, I'm going to make like first person shooter kind of stuff. And like this guy's running. And then we've got those like Sonic teeth, mouth open thing that really just, it was just didn't really resonate with me. So I kind of messaged him back and said, hey, look, I'm kind of a chill guy. That video, the music just wasn't really, didn't really feel on brand for like what I'm doing. And then the second one came through and it looked more like this. So then we had the music was, and this time we're running through some cactuses. And so this was better. I was like, I like the music is good. The general direction is a lot better. It feels more chill. And I said, you know what? You're running past these like 4 or 5 different things. I'll just give you my different playlists, my different brands that I want to do, and my different like types of content. And then you can go ahead and take those and put icons that he's running past. And so then he went ahead and did that. And we ended up with the version that we see today. So we watch this guy, you can see got the game controller, the keyboard, the microphone, and the art brush to really capture the different sections of content that I cover on this channel. So I'm really pleased with how it all turned out. That is how the logo and the intro was made for this channel. Usually starts with some kind of inspiration, some kind of concept, something around you or the brand. And then we can kind of build that in our graphics program, usually with our own assets or from stock photography and stuff like that we can find online. Then we can assemble those things and ship them off to other people in order to work with us on building some bigger and more elaborate pieces. So hopefully this was helpful, and hold on. Yeah. Oh, hi, Mom. Yeah. No, I do curse a lot in my videos, Mom. I know. I don't know what Jesus would say. They should like and subscribe. They should. I've been telling them, but I can see they're not. I mean, I don't think it has to do with my facial hair at all. All right. I love you too, Mom. I'll talk to you soon. All right. All right.